All right, welcome back to the Radical Fabulatorium. I'm your host, John Adamian, and we just heard Constant Greetings' debut album, Field Trips, and now I'm sitting in the studio with two members of that very band. I'm here with Jeff and Steve.
Hello there.
Hello.
Do you prefer Steve or Steven?
I'm happy either way.
Okay.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I have a couple questions here. First question comes from a guy named Andrew Byers. His question is, how dare you?
Yeah, no, that's a very, very good question.
Okay, that was his question.
I think ever since I was a young man growing up in Sussex, I knew that one day I would need to be in a band as a middle-aged man.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm finally
there.
Finally there.
Yeah.
I'm really enduring some Inside Sussex High talk right now.
Yeah. Are you nervous?
I'm outside. I'm on the outside.
You're on the outside. In. You just get to enjoy the ride.
I'm not from Sussex.
No.
Yeah.
But you wish you were.
But don't hold that against me.
You wish you were.
You wish.
You wish. Yeah. Okay. There's another question called, do you miss your S10?
I do.
Steve.
I miss my S10. Yeah. It was a standard. Don't have too many standards around anymore. Or maybe we do. I just haven't seen many.
Okay.
It had a bench seat, so it's not practical for my current lifestyle. And but I do miss it.
Okay. And I was also they were wondering why you gave up on One Half.
Oh man, that was a great band. One Half was a band in high school that had a lot of talented musicians in it, and then me.
Mm-hmm. And then you.
And I think that was the problem.
Wasn't Kurt Goddard in that band?
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's kind of useless, right?
I would never say that.
Well, you said it off air.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Okay. And do you still order your Big Macs with no meat, no lettuce, no cheese?
No, I've advanced to meat-filled Big Macs, and I'm actually very excited for the new
chicken
Big Mac.
Okay.
I have not had one yet.
Now, this is what I was thinking about the new Big Mac, the chicken. If you had a Big Mac with one beef patty, one chicken patty, and bacon, you call it the Barnyard Big Mac.
Wow.
That's great.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah.
You should trademark that.
Trademark that.
Yeah.
Just giving it away for free. Okay, and Jeff, I don't know you really at all.
Yep.
So you're from St. John?
I'm from St. John. Yeah, I grew up on the west side of St. John. From there originally. My parents are from here.
From Lancaster, though.
Lancaster.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Was it back? That's back when Lancaster was like Lancaster?
Well, actually, I grew up in Randolph. I don't know how well you know the city.
No,
but
not very well, really.
It's an island. You would never know it's an island. You drive over a little blip, and then all of a sudden you're on the island of Randolph. But there was Milford and Randolph, and apparently there was quite a rivalry back in the day.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Randolph.
Okay.
Dominion Park. I don't know if that rings a bell, but
No.
it's my old stomping grounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you've been in bands before?
No, actually, this is my first. I mean,
Awesome.
I've been playing, I guess, guitar and messing around with music since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just something that I did a lot of in my teens, fell away from, and then came back to it with this. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys like have it described as midlife indie, right? I saw that somewhere.
We're still trying to come up with a characterization, but northeastern midlifer indie rock is what is on our
Midlifer
Instagram.
indie rock?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I can
By
relate.
midlifers, not necessarily for midlifers. We want to have a broad audience, but we are all in the same stage of our lives.
Yeah.
And I think it's reflected a bit in the music, but hopefully it's a bit more universal than just a bunch of dads going through midlife crises.
It doesn't sound like that to me. Yeah, midlife crisis. I put out an album called Midlife Crisis, so that's pretty on the nose.
Nice.
But that's what's cool about music, though. Like, it's never too late to learn. It's never too late to jam.
Totally.
I just started taking like piano and voice lessons like a year ago. So
that's
excellent.
Like, I think people our age get scared or nervous. I guess it's understandable, but it's never like a bad time to start jamming.
It's funny you say that. I remember when I was younger, the thought of playing a gig or recording music scared me a lot.
Yeah.
But later in life, it was almost, I don't know, for me, kind of the opposite experience. Like I just thought to myself, I'm just playing around, having fun. And just a lot of the pretense fell away.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think in your midlife, the chances of like breaking through in some sort of weird rock star vision is just that's gone, probably. You know what I mean? Like,
what?
Whoops, sorry. Steve's crying. That's okay.
We just
crushed. Yeah. Okay, I was curious about the songwriting process. So I got the lyrics here. This is the song is G Parmesan.
Yeah, so Gene
it
Parmesan is, I don't know if it's a reference to Arrested Development.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we occasionally refer to ourselves as the Gene Parmesans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially early on in our jamming.
That's a good name.
But JP, our singer, does most of the songwriting, but
Okay.
he's very generous and credits all of us. It
Okay.
does become a collaborative process.
Yeah, cool. So he brings in the main, or
Yeah.
Yep.
like the seed idea, or would it be more like a finished song? And
So the album, I would say, is about 70-30. Well, there's 10 songs, so I can actually say, like, I'd say 6 or 7 out of 10 were pretty fully formed when he brought it.
okay,
We would jam on
Cool.
it, flush it out a bit. Suburban Strivers would be a really good example. So the third track,
Urban Strivers. Okay.
second track.
Suburban Strivers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
because it started very different. JP wrote the lyrics, wrote the chords, and then we played on it together, and it evolved through our kind of collaborative getting together, jamming.
Cool.
There's a few where we would write, or I'd write some music, or somebody bring an idea, and then JP would put lyrics on top of it.
Okay.
And so that's how it's we're heading more and more in that direction.
Yeah.
I think we're hoping to write more collaboratively for
Collaborative?
the next,
Yeah.
next
Cool.
few albums.
Yeah.
Many.
Diane Plan is a really interesting origin story. That was our first jam ever. So the first time, I think JP hadn't met 2 members of the band before. We went to a fishing camp
Okay.
near St. Martin's and played
Yep.
for a day. And Diane Plan, just really completely improvisational, came out of the blue.
Cool.
And like we listened back to that live recording that we did that day, and it's definitely different, the recorded version, but the kernel is there.
Yeah.
Like the song was formed that day,
Yeah.
really. So, and then there's tweaks and
Okay.
lyrics and stuff that comes after. But
Yeah. That's a good feeling.
yeah,
It's like a gift. It's just a gift from the universe.
Exactly.
There you
totally.
go.
Yeah.
Song's done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Speaking, like, you're the bass player, right, Jeff?
Yep. Yeah.
The song All Inclusive. I'm curious about like the drum beat and the bass line on that song. That's probably so. I've probably listened to the record twice. I'm gonna say that's probably my favorite song, but I'm a bass player, so I can hear like the jam going on with the drums.
Yeah. I can't remember if Pete started with his drumming or if I had the bass lick first, but it was really funny. Like we laid that down and we started playing through it, and afterwards Pete and I were talking, and he made a comment of like, "Oh, I was thinking of the band Tortoise," and the whole time I had also been thinking of music. So like we were both coming at it from the same place, but not really sharing that idea. So there is a lot of common interest and taste amongst us with it, which I think helps a lot.
Yeah.
But that was really fun to write with Pete. It was
Cool.
a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole track, like the drums are pretty.
Yeah, it also
take the
really
whole
helps
time.
that Pete is a phenomenal drummer.
Yeah.
He's really
he is
great.
by far the most
Yeah.
accomplished musician in our
Yes,
band.
and Forever Ago really speaks to his technique and style. And it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
That song, though, All Inclusive, is an example of total on the fly collaboration. It was just messing around in
Okay.
our jam space, and it was one riff. Pete added the drums, I think, and it was just his drumming was just perfect. And I feel Pete and Jeff have fantastic chemistry. They always just lock in really well, and that was probably our most collaborative song as a band, everybody contributing a part.
Cool.
So it felt great.
That's exciting, man, because I again that song popped out right away to me, just the way the vibe about it too. Like I can't really pinpoint to anything, like just the way it felt. So if that's like that makes me curious to hear what you guys do like in the future, if that was a collaborative, you know what I mean?
It's funny you say that because I think that song, I mean, we already have songs written for a subsequent album that obviously need a lot of work, but I would say aesthetically that song would be the cue for the next album,
Awesome.
which is really cool. You picked up on that.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great news.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that song's called All Inclusive. Anyone listening? That is track, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right in the middle. Pretty near. Cool.
It's the fulcrum.
The fulcrum? Yeah. The
Is that the right word?
fulcrum?
you're an
Keystone? It's the
engineer, Jeff.
Keystone.
Keystone.
Song?
Let's call it the
song?
Keystone.
It's like
Okay.
Manitoba, except I wouldn't say that song's like Manitoba because does anyone like Manitoba?
It's groovier maybe than Manitoba.
Groovier than
I don't know.
Manitoba. It's the Keystone.
I'm gonna get lots of
I love Manitoba.
What kind of fallback do you get? I love Manitoba too.
Yeah, I love Manitoba. Okay, so this was recorded with Corey Bonavie, right?
Yes.
But it was at a cab. It wasn't at his studio.
So Corey, we've we met and spent a lot of time chatting about music with over the years, buying records. And, having a lot of, I think, shared musical interests. And our first jam was at this cabin.
Okay.
And then we had the idea of recording an album there.
Yeah.
And Corey did the Grieville tape sessions.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we did that remote recording in Nova Scotia. And they sounded fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd recommend checking that out on Bandcamp. So that we saw that he was able to do that. We approached him. He's more than willing to bring his gear out to our cabin.
Cool.
We recorded all the bed tracks, all the vocals, with the exception of some overdubbed like harmonies.
Yep.
And then a few overdubs there actually in a 24-hour period.
Yep.
And then we did two or 3 hour sessions in his studio of doing further overdubs and recording the intro and outro track.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. So we got the best of both worlds.
Nice.
Yeah. It was really cool watching Corey work, and the way that cabin is set up is there's a great room, and then bedrooms surrounding that great room, and we jammed together in that big space so we could see each other, but all our amps were set up in separate rooms and isolated.
Yeah.
So I mean, from the minute he walked in, I mean, it was very clear he knew what he wanted to do, and we set it up. It was so efficient and so professional. It's just, we were so fortunate to work with Corey. It was great.
Did you do it all in one day, or did you take a weekend, or like how did that?
Probably 80% of the album was done in a 24-hour, 48-hour period.
Cool.
Yeah.
So live off the floor, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we started late afternoon once everything was set up, bed tracks, and then JP recorded all of the vocals consecutively, probably between midnight and 1 a.m.
Oh,
After singing scratch vocals
on the
all day.
records. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a machine.
So he does all the singing?
All the singing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a raspy voice. Is that because of the way it was recorded, or is that kind of is that typical how he would sound live?
I'd say that's pretty typical.
Cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, it just, his singing, even though it had been a long day and he recorded them late at night, it sounded top notch.
Cool.
JP.
Yeah, I didn't mean that in a bad way.
He didn't
at all.
lose any steam. It was pretty great.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I noticed, I like the way, what song is that? Is it Life Coach maybe? The way like he cuts the sentence kind of short, like in the chorus, like he kind of leaves it short, and I find that's
Like where it says,
cool
this is a
feel.
start?
Yeah.
It just feels like unexpected, which I like.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it kind of snaps you. I don't know. It just made me pay attention, which is cool.
I would call that a snappy song.
Oh,
Snappy
yeah.
song?
Yeah. Very
Snappy.
snappy. Yes.
Snappy? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk about the release show. That's on the 25th.
Yep.
That's this Saturday.
Saturday, March 25th at Wasted Day.
Wasted Day.
In Uptown St. John.
Yep.
Okay, yep.
Starting at 8:00, and we're playing with
8 o'clock, okay.
Yep. Friends of the band, Fox Farm. So yeah, we're good friends with those guys. So they'll be playing. It's a double bill, and album release show. Yeah, it'd be really looking forward to it.
What's the cover?
It's Pay What You Can.
Oh, Pay What You
and
Can.
It's the proceeds will go to the SPCA and the St. John Food Bank.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. So you're donating all the proceeds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
The SPCA. Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm just going to confirm the time of the show.
Yeah.
You're right, Jeff. It was 8 p.m. I
look-
should never question
I looked
you.
at the poster
I should
before the
never
show.
question.
8
Yes.
p.m.
Yeah. I'm very
You're-
prepared.
Don't question the bass player, man.
He's
Although it's
the
funny,
foundation.
I was telling my son when I was leaving to come here, and he looked at me and said, "Why do they want the bass player?"
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's understandable. I mean, the bass player holds the band together.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you like Excel?
Oh, I love Excel.
See, there we go. Every
Yeah.
time, man. Bass players, Excel.
Something very methodical about it. Yeah.
there's something about it. The bass player bridges the rhythm section with the rest of the band.
Yeah.
The melodic
Love
section.
it. No, I totally agree.
Spoken as
We
a
actually-
fellow bass player.
It's
Yeah.
funny. We jam on Thursday nights at Fluid Audio. We rent a
Yeah,
space
okay.
there. And we can't always all make it. And so we'll have nights where Pete can't show up or where Jeff can't make it. And it is like, if you want to know the importance of a bassist, it's jam with a bassist for a while and then jam without them. And it's it does not sound at all the same. It is like very obvious how important you are, Jeff.
Yeah. Bass players are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Fluid Audio, is that do you guys record while you're there, or you just jam?
We just jam.
Jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a great setup. Walk in, everything's ready
Yeah.
for us. Plug our guitars in and go.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the Fluid Audio. Maybe I'm mistaken.
It's Al Benoit.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think there's a mic there called he has a mic called the 414 EB.
We're in the basement.
You're in the
So
basement?
there's 2 spaces. One I think is upstairs.
Yeah.
And it's larger, and we're in the
basement?
subterranean jam space of rock.
subterranean.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, why don't we throw in a song? You guys have a couple songs here that you would say are influences of yours, right?
Absolutely.
So you want to listen to the Lemonheads first?
Yeah, so the Lemonheads are a band that I think Jeff and I discovered later in life.
Yeah, like they were my most listened to band last year, which
Really?
is really bizarre. I mean, they've been around, they were not on my radar whatsoever. But just Evan Dando's songwriting just blows me away. The simplicity, the beauty,
Okay.
lyrically, just fantastic tunes. And
Okay.
really, a lot of people like focus on the Miss Robinson cover that they did, but there's so much more to that discography.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a huge influence. I don't know if we realized it at the time, because it was sort of after that we realized, wow, like some of our songs really sound like some of what the Lemonheads were doing.
Cool.
I'd say I think
yeah.
the best example would be like Field Trips. The title
Yeah.
track from the album sounds, that's where I felt that connection.
Okay.
Listening to Field Trips, then listening to Lemonheads.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny that such a great songwriter, Evan Dando, is most well known for a cover.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get past that Mrs. Robinson cover, you like Jeff
Yes.
said, you do
Yeah.
see the genius and the simplicity. But
Cool.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just
I'll very
fantastic.
I'll very generously plug the Lemonheads. They're playing in Halifax.
Okay,
March
so they're still
30th.
active.
They're still active here and there, very
Okay.
sparse. But my wife and I are actually going to see them, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I've ever heard them, so I don't know the cover you're talking about.
Okay.
So I won't even.
Don't even
worry
listen to
about
it. Just listen to their originals.
Okay.
This song is Into Your Arms,
Into
and
Your
it's
Arms.
one of the few covers we play.
Okay.
And
you'll be
you will
playing
hear it when you attend our show on March 25th.
Pay what you can.
Pay what you
Pay what
can.
you can.
And the
All
money goes to the
proceeds go in.
SPCA
Correct.
And
the
food bank.
And the
Yep.
food bank. I
Yep.
mean, you can't beat that. All right, here we go. Into Your Arms by the Lemonheads. All right, welcome back to the Radical Fabulatorium. I'm your host, John Adamian. I'm sitting here with Jeff and Steve, and we just heard the Lemonheads, Into Your Arms. I guess that was an acoustic version, a new acoustic version. I'd never heard them before. And Guided by Voices, we kept it going. Guided by Voices, song called Motor Away. So you would say those are influences of your band?
Yes, Guided by
Cool.
Voices and Lemonheads. Guided by Voices, our singer, JP. Shout out, JP. He's one of the biggest Guided by Voices fans in the world.
Cool.
Certified.
Certified.
Yeah.
And a few of us went and saw them play in Portland in November, and that was very informative. Just
Cool.
a phenomenal live band. Robert Pollard, this singer-songwriter, is just, fantastic songwriter. Simple, straightforward, hooky songs, indie rock. Very, very influential for us, for sure.
Cool.
Prolific for sure.
Yeah.
And just to exemplify how big of fans we are, we left that show with 2 set lists, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Two set lists.
We had
Like,
two
you,
set lists
stormed
from the
stage
band.
and grabbed them.
One person stormed the stage. The bass player threw out the other one at
The
us.
bass player crumbled it up and threw it at my face.
Oh, really? Like as an insult.
Affectionately.
Affectionately.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I wanted to ask about, is there banjo on Kathleen Turner? Is there
Yes,
banjo
there
on?
is.
So who's playing the banjo?
JP overdubbed that on the
he
first
did.
overdub session.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So JP has a banjo.
Yeah.
Our next album, we have one song, one of our vignettes. We're going to keep doing the vignette in intro,
cool.
outro tracks.
Yeah, I like that.
And one of them is going to be heavily featured. It's going to heavily feature a banjo.
Cool.
So we're expanding our horizons, Jay.
And you have a synth player now?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
And
James
that-
Lee.
Okay.
He's probably the best guitarist in the band, but he's
synth?
he's our new synth / keys player.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's not on the record.
No, so he's joined after the fact. There is some synth on the record,
Yeah.
which was all played by JP as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the new bass player or synth player, is he writing other parts or just kind of following what's on the record?
Yeah, it'll be fun. Our live show will, there's a lot of stuff that will stay very true to the record, but there's a lot of new synth lines that
Cool.
that I think will punch things up a bit.
Yeah.
And we're really excited to debut him
Yeah.
and what he adds to our music.
Cool.
Yeah.
So to be able to experience that, you have to go to Wasted Day on March 25th.
Yes, that's right, Jay. Wasted Day, March 25th.
8
Show
p.m.
starts at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Pay what you can. All proceeds go to SPCA and the
SPCA.
St. John Food Bank.
Yep. And if you grew up on Church Avenue, you can pay with Aeroplan miles,
Yes, Peter McLeod.
but you have to have ID. You have to prove that you're on Church Avenue.
Yeah. Your Church Avenue, you have to prove that you've drank the egg water.
Yeah, the egg water fountain.
These are deep,
is this
deep
more
inside
Sussex?
jokes from Sussex. It sounds like.
I'm a fish out of water. Here.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, you could take it in.
Yeah, well, I'm
Not too
taking
far
it
away.
all in.
You're
Yeah,
taking
this
it
is
all in.
good.
Okay. Okay, so if you can think about recording your next album, like this was your first recording experience? Both you guys?
Yep.
It was Pete and JP have both recorded before, but 3 of the 5 of us had never recorded before.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Did they help guide you through it, or did you guys just kind of go for it? Like, I'm interested if you learned. I mean, you obviously learned stuff, so.
Oh yeah, Corey was a
Yeah.
great leader.
Yeah.
He really
Yeah.
guided us through it.
Cool.
Pete clearly knew what he was doing. Was very comfortable throughout the recording process, and I'd say JP
Yeah,
was too.
yeah. It really is about knowing when to leave it and when to keep tinkering, and that
Yeah.
was really tough.
Yes.
Like someone who hadn't recorded before,
Yeah.
like when do you get to that point of diminishing returns and need to just step away? And like JP, Pete, and Corey were the more experienced in the group to help with those decisions. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially when it's live off the floor like that, because you need everyone to kind of sync
Yeah.
up for that. Were you playing to click tracks?
Nope.
No. So
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Corey had his work cut out for him.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes it even more cool. No clicks. Hear that, everyone? No clicks.
That's right.
Take
Rough
that.
and ready.
Rough and ready.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're running out of time, unfortunately. We got a couple minutes left. We just plugged the show, but let's plug it again. March 25th,
Yep.
Wasted Day, 8 p.m. Pay what you can. No McLeods allowed.
One McLeod.
Oh,
No
one
McLeods. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I said.
McLeod. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Money's going to the SPCA and the food bank. Pay what you can. Fox Farms.
Yes.
Fox Farms. Do they have anything recorded? Or I did a quick look before you guys came in here, but I couldn't find anything.
So Fox Farm, I'm not sure if they have anything recorded, but we are very tight with Ray Seward, who is a member of Fox Farm, and
Okay.
he has a fantastic solo project called Light Sleeper.
Light Sleeper? Okay.
And so you can find all his stuff on Bandcamp. Some of it's on your major streaming services as well.
Cool.
But he's one of the singer-songwriters, include also Jake Swan is the other singer-songwriter. Greg Hemmings. And there's another member, Steve
Foster.
Foster.
Yeah.
These are the members of Fox Farm?
At Fox
Yes.
Farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great guys. They are much more polished musicians than a lot of us, I would say.
Yep.
Though they are opening for us.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
certainly appreciate them collaborating with us on the show.
Yeah, they'll warm up the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, March 25th, Wasted Day, Uptown, 8 p.m. Pay what you can. Fox Farm opening. Money goes to good causes.
That's
Cool.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. I hope to see everyone there.
Yeah.
And should be fun.
Yeah. Thank
Hey.
you for having us on.
Oh, no problem.
This was excellent.
Yeah, this was fun.
We really appreciate the support, Jay.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's a good record.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The scene is, how much time we got? We got 1 minute and 13 seconds. The scene here is, it seems like it's, so I kind of like actually, I remember running into you in Costco one day.
Yes.
And like, that was at my peak of like ignoring music. I'd like totally left it all behind, kind of, sort of. Almost sold all my gear.
Oh, my gosh.
But now I'm back and I'm just like, man, St. John is like taking off, right? Like something's going
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Something's happening that's different than
Yes.
normal.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
That support and that scene. I don't know if this album would have been possible
Yeah.
without the scene in the city. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, a
It
few
really
quick
is.
connections to the scene. So we got Corey recording our album. He's got some awesome projects. He's a great producer, great engineer. Julia Wright took the photo for the album. We all know Julia.
Al Benoit, the
Al
rehearsal
Benoit,
space.
yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yes.
wouldn't be
Cool.
able to jam regularly without him. My friend Glenn Leck, who plays in some bands in Halifax, phenomenal graphic designer and bassist and guitarist. He
Cool.
did our cover single artwork, and he's the one who put the letters on the sign on our album cover.
Okay.
So a lot of people from the maritime music community supporting us and helping us
That's awesome.
get this out. So we really
Sweet.
appreciate it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. We got 2 seconds and we're done. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Right.